Welcome back to OS Linux 1. So, in this episode, I'm going to be talking about the new release of Ubuntu 24.04 LTS. This is April 26th. So I just got around to trying to install Ubuntu 24.04. I'll show you here that I do have the ISO downloaded in my downloads. But anyways, what I did is I allowed to execute file as program, and I installed it in VMware Workstation 17 player. And as you can see here, fetch. I did in fact get it to install. The first time I tried to install it in VMware, the mouse did not want to show up during the installation. But I'm going to walk you through it. I'm going to do it again, and I'm going to show you my experience with it and what I did. One of the first things I did was, because the first time I tried to install it, I couldn't do much. I might show you what I had, what problem I had. But anyway, so I'm going to run you through it and show you my experience with it with VMware. Alright, so let's just go and open up VMware. Ubuntu 22.04 is my host system. So let's create a new one. Let's create the same one. This is fine. Let me put in a password here. And just run you through this real fast. Okay, that's fine. I'm going to add this to 80 gigabytes. And you have the option to store a virtual disk as a single file or into multiple files. This is something also I changed just to see, if this might be an issue. Initially, I went with the default into multiple files, but then I decided to, let's just see if it repeats the same issue I had. Let's go here and set it back to the way it originally was. Go to permissions. This is how it comes when you download it on Ubuntu. Okay, let's just see how it turns out when I do it this way. Now, hardware, I'll set it to like 8192. The memory, 6 processors, USB. Okay, this is the way it pretty much is set up. Okay, let's see what happens. Just give it a moment. Just gotta be a little patient and see what it does. As you can see, it's showing. It may work fine this time, I don't know. Okay. Okay, if you can notice, I'm to the right of the screen. You can see my mouse cursor. Okay. But when I go over the virtual machine, I can't get it to show up. You see, it's not wanting to do anything. I can use the mouse, I mean the key, the directional keypad, but it won't let me. The mouse won't appear over it. Okay, I tried this several times, so this was the issue. So let's power off this, turn it off. I tried it several times. This was the same problem I kept getting. Okay, let's go here. Let's go to properties. Go to permissions. Allow execute file as program. Let's X that off. Let's go back to VMware. Now let's delete this one here. Let's delete this one. Okay. Let's go create a new one. Same thing. Ubuntu 2404. Let's go ahead and set us up a password here. Okay. Let's go set this to 80 gigabytes. But this time store virtual disk as single file. Okay. Let's do that. Go back to the hardware. Set it up. 81. Processor core 6.0. Let's just leave it like that. See how this works. Just give it a moment to load. May hear the sound again. See, now you're seeing the cursor. I don't know why it does that, but once you change those settings, now it'll show your mouse icon. As you can see, now you can go through the installation. English. Not going to fool with that right now. English. Wire connection. Install Ubuntu. Interactive installation. Let's go to the extended selection. That's what I choose. I go ahead and install this along with it for the time being. Now, when you go to install it, it seems like it's kind of glitchy. I don't know why. That's been my experience with it. Advanced features, you can encrypt it. I'm not going to do it for this example. I have my other one encrypted, but I'm not going to on this one. But you can. LVM encryption, that's the one I use. It does work. But anyways, so let's go on to the next. Go ahead and just come up with a password here. Okay. Let's pick our location and install. Now it takes a little while to install, but if you'll notice right underneath the crown, the Noble Wombat, you'll see a line like a flickering. I'm not sure what that's from, but that's the experience, at least in VMware. Now, I just wrote the ISO to a bootable USB, and I'm going to be working on uh, seeing if it will boot from that without issues. But this is the VMware. So I have got it to work, but I'm just showing you it will work. But you may need to go to the download, go to properties, and allow it to execute as a program, and put it all into one file, instead of multiple files. I don't know why that is at this time, but um, as you could see, it did not acknowledge the mouse icon. But so if you're having that issue, if you're trying to install it in a virtual machine, this was what I found to work. I've learned that some people are having issues with Ubuntu 24.04, which it just came out. This is not uncommon. It does take a couple times or a couple updates to work out a few bugs like that. Yes, they should probably already have this sorted out, but I don't know what's going on behind the scenes with Ubuntu, so I don't know why there's such issues. But Ubuntu 22.04, I have not experienced any issues with that version with the amount of time that I've been using it, say the last 6 months. I haven't noticed any issues with Ubuntu. Now I do get the error from time to time to Canical, or however you pronounce it, but it's just a pop-up window notifies me. But you see how it's got the flickering effect. This has been my experience with this installation. I haven't experienced this with any other ISO file or VM virtual machine in VirtualBox. This Ubuntu 24.04 is the only one I've experienced that with. I don't know what that is. I don't know if there's some setting I need to change or could change that would stop that, but as of now, that's what you're seeing is the experience. So I'm not having any issues with installing it in a virtual machine. I haven't explored 24.04. I just here recently, within the last hour, installed it, and I'm just doing a screen recorder, making a video showing that it does work, and it's up to date, and it's up, but yeah, we'll just give it a moment here to install and restart it, and I'll show you that it does in fact work. I know as of now, like I said, why you have to put it all into one file in the VM machine, and I'll experiment with it on bare metal to see if I have any similar experiences, such as this flashing that you see, or on the screen, or any issues with the installation or partitioning of drives or anything of that nature. This is the machine I'm going to be trying this on is a Lenovo T14 Gen 3 with the i5-1235U processor with the iGPU with Intel Xe graphics. So if I have any issues with sound or any driver issues or firmware missing or anything of that nature, I'll let you know. Let's go ahead and restart it now. But we'll see how this turns out. But yeah, to my knowledge, it was, I went in, I was able to install NeoFetch and I didn't really explore it too much, but I did see that it did install and it seemed operational and functional. I didn't notice any issues with it. But here, sure, it does seem to be working just fine. Oh, maybe I put the wrong password on it. Let me check. Huh. Yeah, my bad. But yeah, it seems to work fine in VMware. I know it's a little lengthy video, but I just wanted to show you that what my experience is, and it is working in the way in which I've went about installing it. Yes, share my data with the Ubuntu team. Let's open up a terminal here. Let's host. Oops. Showing up here. App update. Sudo apt upgrade. Oops. Sudo apt install neo fetch. Now I haven't tried anything else. I may make a second video later to see if there's any issues. As you can see there, it is installed. It is working. I haven't explored it much. It's not a whole lot different in appearance. There are things behind the scenes that are different, but it's still new. I'm still using Ubuntu 22.04. But anyway, as you can see here, ThinkPad T14 Gen 3 i5 1235U. But it works, well, this is 22, but this works fine. Let's see here. Oops. What the? Let's try, what is it? Yeah, it does show up on here. So anyways, this is how it's set up as of now. 6.8 kernel. But anyways, so yeah, you see that it does work. And I will look to see how it works as booting it from a USB, as I already have it here as a bootable. But anyways, let's go here. Yeah. No, that's... Wait a minute. Media. Shouldn't be. Wait a minute. Now wait just a minute here. Go to settings. Anyways, I'll check it, but it should be installed. Let me go here. Did I already have this? Okay. Oh, shit. Wrong one. Go to the writer. What's the deal with that? I don't know. I'll have to look into that later. But yeah, so it works in VMware as of now. I will look into seeing my experience with the bare metal, and I'll make a video about that and let you know if I had any issues in my experience in installing it. So if you like the content, leave a comment in the section below. Hit the like button. If you want to see more content, subscribe. And thank you for watching. I'll see you again here next time on OS Linux 1.